Alright, I'm out here at Oxon Hill Boxing on the ropes exclusive, man. I'm out here with Eli. What's good, big dog?
What's up?
Man, let's jump right into it, man. How did you get involved with the sport of boxing?
Well, I was a troubled kid coming up, so I used to always get in a lot of fights, and I was just going back and forth between getting suspended in school and getting in trouble in the streets. So I used to play football when I was young, and the football gym was the football field was by my boxing gym. So one day I went in there, started hitting on the equipment, and I fell in love with it. You know, on top of that, all my friends was in there. So once I got connected with that, the rest is history.
Now, you say you got started with football, man. Do you ever miss the sport?
Yeah, here and there when I see my friends playing. Sometimes I wish like it was me on the field, you know, but they doing their thing. It was just what football. I don't know. I was good with football, but fighting is what I do. That's all I ever knew was fighting.
Where you from?
Newburgh, New York.
Okay.
Upstate New York.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Now, just looking at the whole boxing scene right now, how many national titles do you have?
I have international titles. I won 2 internationals. I won a couple national tournaments, you know, like the qualifiers and stuff like that. But for the championships and all, I always came up short, you know, so it was hard coming up for me because I was always a big kid coming up. So it was hard carrying around all that weight, fighting quicker people than me. So it took me a minute before it could click with boxing.
You know, speaking of that, you said you won internationally. What was the competition like fighting internationally?
It was different. It was different, not only boxing-wise, but the experience over there. You know, it was my first time going overseas. I went to Ireland. I saw different things. It was a great experience, you know.
How's the boxing skills overseas compared to the States?
Their style is kind of weird. You know, they fight a little more like that, a little awkward, kind of. Over here, we're more technical. Over there, they throw a lot of punches and try to keep you moving around the ring. You know, stay on their toes a lot.
Now, let me ask you, man, what brings you down to the Maryland area today with the sparring?
Well, Daryl, it's good people. Some of my coaches close, you know. Me and Daryl started building good relationships. You know, whenever they have sparring down here, call me up, you know, ask me if I want to come down. Of course, I'm with the work, you know. I'm pro now, so I need all the work I can get, you know. Just trying to get to the next level.
You recently turned pro?
Yeah, August.
Yeah. So how many fights on your belt so far?
Only got one.
One fight. And when is your next fight coming up?
December 18th.
December 18th. Where would that be taking place?
Newburgh, New York, my hometown.
Newburgh, New York. Okay,
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. How excited are you?
I'm very excited. You know, the last show we had in my hometown was October 30th, you know. So my opponent ended up catching COVID, so I couldn't fight. And a lot of my fans from back home was upset, so, you know. This one I promised them that I was going to go out this year with a banger, so that's what I'm here trying to get ready for.
You know, with you transitioning over to the pros, what's one of the biggest things that you noticed after your first professional fight?
Well, my first professional fight was more like a comeback fight for me. You know, I haven't fought in about a year for getting ready for my professional fight. So, you know, it was fun to be back in the ring, you know. So once I started to get transitioning through the pros and all that, you know, it was just a whole different experience. You know, although they only fight 4 rounds in the beginning, it's more like amateur boxing. They throw a lot of punches and more technical, you know. And I found that out the hard way from Boots, sparring with Duran Ennis. Yeah.
You know, speak on that, man. What was that experience like working with Boots?
It was a good experience, man. It was crazy. First time I was sparring with him, I never met somebody so explosive like him. You know, he doesn't get tired. He's in good shape, good condition. It's a great fighter right there, you know.
You know, after that sparring, did he give any pointers, anything?
Yeah, definitely. You know, he told me I had a sharp jab, keep using my jab, you know. And he also just told me I just gotta stay busy. Gotta, you know, keep my head moving and just stay active more.
You know, just what do you currently fight at?
Newburgh, New York.
No. What weight do you currently?
Weight? I fight at 140.
140.
Yeah.
Just looking at the landscape of the 140, what you think about the division right now?
It's a tough division right now. All the upcoming pros is there, and it's a lot of good fighters here, you know. So it's a tough division.
Because I don't know if Josh Taylor planning on moving up.
So I heard. Yeah.
So that's what you heard.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, see, man, a lot of people in the house today, man. Family also as well with Jared Hurd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those cool people. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Thinking about what was your thoughts on the Crawford Porter fight?
It was a good fight. I didn't expect Porter to go out the way he did, you know. I thought Porter should have kept going. I didn't think they should have stopped it, you know. Porter he's a tough fighter, you know. He's been in tougher situations like that, you know, but Crawford, he's an excellent finisher, you know. So that's just what Crawford does, you know.
Why is it important for you, man, to get around to different gyms to get different looks?
You know, you just want to be prepared for anything that comes your way, you know. Some gyms might only have pressure fighters. Some gym might have awkward fighters, quicker fighters, you know. It's just always good to get different looks.
How active do you want to stay busy?
If I can, I want to fight 12 times a year. Yeah.
Is that realistic for you?
I want to believe it is, but if we can make it happen, you know, I'm good with that.
So you plan on being down here tomorrow also for sparring, or are you headed back up?
Definitely.
Now, what's the agenda for tomorrow? Who's on the list for sparring tomorrow?
I think Jalil Hacker's gonna come down.
Oh, okay.
His team, yeah.
Oh, so you be over at round 15 tomorrow, or you'll be right back up in here?
Back in here.
Okay, so everybody be over here tomorrow. I'll be back up in here then, man.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Man, what's one of your favorite fighters?
My favorite fighter, I gotta give it to Gervonta Davis. Yeah.
What you think about his upcoming fight with Isaac Cruz?
It's an easy fight for him. I think it's an easy fight for him, but Cruz is also explosive opponent, you know. He has great pressure, you know. He's tough. You know, like most Mexican fighters, he's tough.
Now, how long have you been with your coaches?
I've been with him since I was 8 years old. So I've been with him for about 10 years.
Okay. The reason I ask that because you know, with Tank's upcoming fight, you know, he made some changes. What's your thoughts on that?
With Tank's fight?
Just making changes in general.
I thought, you know, it was good, you know, because Floyd's gym, it's a good gym, don't get me wrong. I never been there before, but so I heard it's a good gym, but, you know, it's nothing like being home, training at home, you know. That's where that real trench work is at, dog work, you know, getting that inner dog back in you.
That's what's up, man. I truly appreciate your time today, man.
Thank you.
And where can they follow you at, man?
On IG, I Rundown Eli, 2 N's, 2 N's, 2 I's.
Appreciate your time. All right, yeah, well, last question, man. What's one of the toughest things that you've dealt with in the sport of boxing, and how did you overcome it? Or in life in general,
Well, just staying hungry and wanting more, you know, just no matter how hard life gets, you know, just gotta continue to thug that out, continue to push that through, because, you know, a lot of boxers tend to give up on themselves, or, you know, just put themselves down because it's something that's hard, you know. I've been through that phase, you know, and recently I've gone through that phase, but, you know, I gotta remember who I am, who am I doing this for, and continue to pray, you know. I'm good.
You know, speaking on that, was it tough during that pandemic year where it was just really no activity with the sport of boxing? You basically had to find your way. If you could get you a fight, you get you a fight. Even with the amateurs, man, you couldn't come in here in the gym. You had to pretty much work outside. Was that tough?
It was tough. I noticed a lot of people gained more weight, even lost a little bit of their skills, you know, had to pick themselves back up. Even with me during the pandemic, I gained a little bit of weight, but my coach, me and him have that good connection where he opened the gym for me, so it was just me in there because I was just getting ready for the next level, you know. I was turning pro around that time, and it was hard to fight in New York State. Only places I would be able to fight at was Vegas, but we wanted to fight around here.
You know, speaking of that, man, being from upstate New York, how hard is it to get good sparring up there?
It's good work around there, but it's at the same time it's not really, you know. I work with what I can get, you know. I work with the sparring I have in my gym, or sometimes I go to Brooklyn to spar with people out there, or Jersey to spar with people like Africa and stuff, so, you know.
You know, speaking of Africa, man, you know, he got a fight coming up with Malik Iceman Hawkins on the 18th. What's your thoughts on that fight?
gonna be a good fight. I never seen his opponent fight, but I'll definitely look into that. But from what I know, Africa is a very talented fighter. You know, to me, I think he's the closest thing to Floyd Mayweather. He has great skills. You know, with me being in the ring with him, I know what it's like to spar with him. You know, it's good work, good work. You know, he's quick, has good ring IQ, good defense. You know, he's a good fighter.
That's what's up, man. I truly appreciate your time today.
Appreciate it, man.
Tell everybody your name again, big dog.
Elijah Williams, you know, they call me the bully. You find me on Instagram at Rundown Eli, 2 N's, 2 I's.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate your time on the ropes today. We out.